WMMS and also the iHeartRadio app. You could listen to the game there as well. Cavs are shooting for their 5th win in a row. They haven't lost a game since Monday before this last one. So who knows what'll happen?
I mean, they've got a good chance. The Rockets had a nice little win streak, but I think we can take them.
Sure. And they'll be honoring the great Mike Snyder down there tonight as well during the first quarter. Mike Snyder, of course, longtime sports broadcaster there with the Cavs Network. He's heard down the hall in WTM 1100. But they're marking his 2,500th broadcast. 2,500th broadcast on the Cavs Radio Network. He started in the 92-93 season. They refer to him as a knowledgeable and steady voice of Cavs basketball, right? There are some sports guys who really lean into the whole thing, blah, blah. That's never been Mike Snyder. He's meat and potatoes. He sounds good. He knows what he's talking about. That's the best you can ask for. He was also the TV play-by-play voice of the Cleveland Rockers. Remember the Cleveland Rockers?
Yeah.
That's when Cleveland had a WNBA team.
Back in the mid to late 90s, whenever the WNBA started. They were one of the first teams.
They were one of the first teams, yeah. They didn't make it, though.
No.
Didn't make it. So there's that. We'll get to the Poundcake sports break in a minute. Be the last one of 2021. Tomorrow is our last live show of the year. Comedian John Heffron will join us around 4:20. I think Gwen's going to sit in tomorrow. And then that'll be it. And then we're off for Parts Unknown. Can't even tell you all the amazing things I have planned for the break. I don't even want to get into it. Where do I start?
At the beginning.
I don't want to make anyone jealous.
Let's hear it.
Nah.
Oh, come on, make us jealous.
Yeah.
Yeah, tell us how you're
Rich
spending all
man.
that money. All these wild and amazing places you're going to go to.
Shut up, Poundcake.
Well, I gotta shut up because you just want to flaunt your million
Shut
stock
up, Poundcake.
My millions, please.
net worth.
Steph Curry made NBA history last night. I know Steph Curry is universally loved, so I don't mind telling you that.
He's sexy.
Isn't anyone who casts
Sexy.
any aspersions on this? He's not a bad-looking guy, right?
I just never thought of him as sexy, though.
He's ripped, and I've seen paparazzi pictures. He's got a bulge.
Okay, I just...
Yep.
But
He just
doesn't
got like a
everybody in
little
those
kid
basketball
face, though.
shorts? I mean, they're going to be flopping around and getting excited because there's a blood flow and everything. He had the most career three-pointers last night. Whose record did he break?
Ray Allen.
Ray Allen?
Yeah.
Wow.
Yep.
Well done.
Here's Curry for the record. It's good! There it is! Stephen Curry! The all-time three-point king in the NBA! Three-pointer number 2974. The man who changed the game. The igniter of the three-point revolution in the NBA. And now he stands alone at the top of the three-point list.
Oh, boy. Ray Allen. Okay. I guess he was a good shooter, right? Ray Allen?
Yes, Ray Allen was a great shooter. Yes. Yes, Ray Allen was known for his shooting.
Is that what it was?
Yeah.
He was known- yeah, I guess so, if he had the previous record. What's the number?
2937, right?
Is that what it is?
2,937.
Past former NBA player Ray Allen. Wasn't Ray Allen the...
Jesus Shuttleworth.
There you go, right? And he got game.
Yep.
Yeah. There's a good Christmas movie.
I don't think that's a Christmas movie.
Yeah, you watch
It's a
it at
good
Christmas.
movie, yeah.
It's a Christmas movie. Steph Curry is officially the greatest shooter this game has ever seen, the Warriors wrote. I think they're biased.
I mean, he is.
A little bit.
He's the best shooter. I'm going to give him credit. Like, I want to hate on the guy. He's done amazing things. He's a very, very good basketball player. He's broke my heart a bunch of times, but the dude can make shots.
Okay.
Can he play defense? Nah.
Nope. But he broke the record.
Has he ever won an NBA Finals MVP? No, he has not.
Right.
But he can shoot the ball from anywhere.
Mm-hmm. I mean, he's no Steve Kerr. When Steve Kerr was on the Bulls, he was the most accurate bang, bang, bang from the back.
Yes, he was.
Steve
Bang,
Nash
bang,
was
bang
pretty
from the
good,
back.
right? Bang, bang. That's what Mrs. Kerr says.
Steve Nash was never. I mean, he was a good shooter, but he wasn't like a. He wasn't known as like a knockdown 3-point shooter the way that Ray Allen or Steph Curry is.
All right.
I mean, he's good. He can make shots.
All right.
But he was a distributor. He was a true point guard.
Kyle Korver, when he was with the Cavs, he was pretty good.
Yeah, Korver's was that was his whole thing, was making threes.
Yeah.
He'd make threes and he would dunk the ball one time a year. That's his whole thing. He's like, I want to try to get one dunk a season.
Yep. And then he'd run off and make those Geico commercials as a caveman when they brought that back.
That brow of his.
Oh, good for him. Is he still playing?
No, he retired a couple seasons ago.
Wow. All
I
right.
think just in like 2020, maybe 2019, something like that.
I wonder why. Just lack of interest in him? I mean, like.
Because he was playing for 20 seasons. Like
Yeah.
he played for
Oh,
a
he played
long
for that
time.
long?
Like 17 or 18 seasons.
Oh, I guess he's older than I thought he was.
Yeah.
He's 40 years old.
Yeah.
Okay, I guess I thought he was a lot younger than that.
Korver's been around for a long time.
So we got him when he was at the tail end of his whatever.
Yes, we did.
God damn, what a weird looking guy. What a weird looking dude. You look at like his Sixers team photo when he had that like moppy emo hair and wow.
You got him, you got Sam Cassell, you got Tyrone Hill, Cavs player.
Yep.
We'll go I'm trying to think some other weird looking players. But that's like your top 3 weirdest looking dudes.
Sam
in the
Cassell's
NBA.
a weird looking guy, you think?
You don't think he is?
I mean, he looks like a regular dude.
No, Sam Cassell always had like his face was just like it looked like he was born on a plate, like
On a plate?
yeah, like it just like his face was all mushed down.
Really?
Like his eyelids were weird.
Huh.
Yeah.
All right. Poundcake, are you ready for the sports break?
Yes.
All right.
Play ball! This is a Poundcake Sports Break!
In the headlines today, I never thought I'd have something in common with supermodel and football wife Gisele Bündchen, but you learn something new every day. Apparently, she thought football was the most boring sport, which it is, before she met Tom Brady. She said in her early days of dating Tom, he would ask her, how was the game? And she would play along and say, great, even though she didn't understand anything or what was going on. Me too, Gisele. Me too. We don't need to know the sport in order to be trophy wives. I'll just say that. Also, I love to see bad people get rewarded for their bad behavior. O.J. Simpson, the juice, is on the loose and officially off parole. Hide your kids, hide your wife, and hide your husband, because he allegedly stabbing everybody out here. I know what you're thinking. How will he celebrate? I imagine he'll go to the nicest restaurant in Vegas, and when the server goes up to him and asks him how was his meal, he'll reply, it was to die for, with that evil smirk. And there's nothing we can do. He earned it. Salute to the juice. Lastly, Baker Mayfield, Coach Kevin Stefanski, and a number of Browns players have tested positive for COVID-19. Parma native WWE wrestler Mike The Miz is especially upset because he had the highest hopes for Baker Mayfield. He believed that Baker is the guy that will take us to the Super Bowl. Well, we'll see what happens when they return, but them getting sick right after their big win is the most Browns thing ever. Will Mike be right, or will they leave the big brown stain on their legacy? We will wait and see. And that, ladies and gentlemen, concludes your Poundcake Sports Break. Happy 2022!
Play ball! This is a Poundcake Sports Break!
Did he call Tom Brady's wife Gisele Buttigieg?
Bündchen.
Bunchen?
It sounds like a booted.
There's an N in there. Bunchen is her name.
Well, I
She's
don't have to-
Brazilian.
Well, I know.
I thought you called her Gisele Buttigieg.
No, Bündchen.
Bunchen.
I don't think I have the pronunciation correct, but I certainly didn't say Buttigieg. I like Buttigieg.
All right, I'm surprised too, but
Buttigieg.
And I got to tell you, man, I'm sorry. Bridget Moynihan is way hotter than Gisele Bündchen. She just is. Tom Brady, you done played yourself, son. Bridget Moynihan, way hotter.
Why do you think he left her?
Huh?
Why do you think he left her?
Because he met a supermodel who was a little bit younger than him. And, Bridget Moynihan's like 6 or 7 years older than him. But he left when she was like pregnant, I think.
You think he's still paying alimony for that?
Child support or alimony?
Either one. Did she remarry?
Don't know. Don't know anything about that. But man, I always thought Bridget Moynihan was foxy. She is remarried, yes.
Why'd you go to Mike the Miz for his commentary on the Browns?
Because it was in the story. Paparazzi hit him up on the side. He was walking on the street, and some paparazzi came up to him and asked him, "What do you think about the Browns? What do you think about Baker Mayfield?" And he said, "Baker Mayfield's our guy. Baker Mayfield is going to take us to the Super Bowl. I'm 100% positive." And they're 100% positive for COVID. So I thought it was a great tie into the story.
All right. I just didn't know if that was like something that did that happen recently?
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, they just tested positive.
Well, I knew that. I knew that just happened, but I didn't know like the Miz was getting hounded by.
This was after the game.
The win on Monday.
Yeah.
Or on Sunday. Okay.
Yeah. So it had to be within the first couple days.
Okay.
They're hunting him down. He's famous from Parma.
I was reading that Parma has a poet laureate.
What's that?
When a town designates a poet. You know, you hear about them
like
maybe
a town holler.
Well, like they've got them. I don't know if there's a. I think there might be a Nobel Prize for poetry or something. A poet laureate is just like, if you're either local or otherwise constabulary goes, hey, this guy's our poet. Parma has a new poet laureate. A 35-year-old guy named Jeremy. It's their new poet laureate. I'll tell you what, this never would have happened on Dean DePiero's watch, goddammit.
No, they would have had one. It would have just been more of an Andrew Dice Clay type of poet.
Oh, what rhymes with Parma? Hey, yeah, good. So congratulations. Poet laureate is meant to be a community advocate position. He says he's lived in Parma for a decade. It's a volunteer thing, he said. Well, then how are you appointed a poet laureate? So then, I mean, congratulations, I guess. It says that the duties include composing poems for special events and occasions, as well as implementing poetry events. Imagine enjoying poetry that much, where you're like, yes, I will take on all of the poetry-related responsibilities for the 7th largest city in the state of Ohio. That's what I will do. And I know... people might chuckle, but Parma has a very vibrant artist community. I do know that. I just didn't know that they appointed a poet laureate to add to the robust nature right down the street from us.
Who's the guy that calls from Parma all the time? He leaves on the after hours.
Gene from Parma.
Gene from Parma, yeah.
Yep.
I would have nominated Gene from Parma to be the poet laureate.
Yeah, again, I don't know if you... I don't know if this guy suggested to them that he be the guy. I don't know. I don't know if this is clearly it's an appointed position. It's not an elected one, so you don't have to. That's why there were no yard signs. Jeremy for poet. There were no, so the town of Parma, I would bet you anything, because I wouldn't have known this if I hadn't stumbled across a story. John Benson wrote it up for Cleveland.com. I bet you that the people of Parma, the Parmanians, if you will, I bet they don't even know they've got a poet laureate. You don't want to sleep on that, because whatever that means, whatever his duties are, any way in which you can culturally enrich yourself is a plus.
It does make sense, though, because Parma's a fancy place, because they do have the shoppies at Parma, and that makes it fancy, having the eat.
The shoppies.
Yeah.
This guy is a former chemist, so he's no dummy. But he's working his left brain instead of his right brain, or vice versa. He's a freelance writer.
Why isn't he a chemist anymore? Did he have to leave in shame? Was there some sort of chemistry problem? What was going on?
Maybe he just didn't have good chemistry, Bill, with his former. No, I don't know. Maybe he was like, this isn't sparking joy in me anymore. It's sparking a lot of things. I burned down my last lab, but it's not sparking joy. So he writes poetry and plays, and clearly he's a guy that smart enough to do the one thing, but he goes, this is not scratching me where I itch. I wanted to make mom and dad happy, and he became a poet. There's something romantic about that too, right? I mean, if you've ever taken a poetry class in college, good luck staying awake, one. But two, people that are really into it are really into it.
Yeah, I mean,
Apparently there's a Parma councilman that was behind this resolution. So congratulations. Off the cuff, he was asked to name a word that rhymes with Parma, and he said, karma. What goes around comes around. I mean, I think
just like the women in Parma.
I think it was the great Stephen Piercy in the Rat song Round and Round who coined the phrase, what comes around goes around. He flipped it for his own.
Lifting.
Yeah. Right. Stephen Piercy, of course, long known as the poet laureate of the 80s LA Sunset Strip scene. You want to talk to Mary Santorum?
Oh, yes, of course.
You know, our own Mary Santora will rejoin us in 2022. And so Mary Santorum usually likes to thread the needle there and check in when Mary's out. Hello, Mary.
Hello, Alan. This is Mary Santorum.
Right. How are you?
I'm good. Thank you. Thank you. Hello, Bill. Merry Christmas.
Hey, Merry Christmas, Mary.
Thank you. Bill, quick question. If I was standing underneath some mistletoe, would you kiss me?
Of course. You got to follow the tradition. Right?
That's right. I don't make the rules. I just abide by them.
Alan, as you know, I do a lot of stand-up with my comedic troupe, the Bombers, all right?
I've heard.
But actually, we took the holidays off, and I wrote a Christmas jingle for the Alan Cox Show.
Really?
Would you like an example?
I would love to hear it, yes. I assume this is a cappella like your past jingles have been.
Of course. Are you ready?
As ready as I'm going to be, yes. I'm fully in the holiday spirit now.
Here comes Alan Cox, on your radio waves. On every day from 2 to 6 and best ofs on weekends. Poundcake and Mary and Bill and Alan will make your season bright. So sit back and relax and listen to the Alan Cox Show tonight. Here comes Alan Cox on your radio waves. Comedy is there present to you this holiday season. Jokes and bits and impressions are always funny and tight. So sit back and relax and listen to the Alan Cox Show tonight.
How about that, right? There's one thing he's right about. We are tight. Mm-hmm. We are as tight as they come. Well, 3/4 of us are. Hey, listen, that was second to none. That was the tops.
Oh, thank you very much. I just want to thank you for letting me perform my craft, and I appreciate you taking all my calls. And
where will the Bombers be performing this weekend, Mary Santorum?
We're actually off for the holidays.
Oh, right. Well, enjoy the holidays.
Yeah, same to you. Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year. I love you guys, and I'll talk to you next year.
All right, we love you too. There's Mary Santorum, who, I would never go so far as to say that it's a Mary Santora doppelganger, but she has clearly used our own Mary Santora as her inspiration, if you will, right? Patterned her own career after Mary's.
I mean, you really can't tell the difference between
You absolutely cannot.
Jokes or anything.
Nope, it's like listening into a mirror. I've got to take a break. If you want to get a text for anything, 35192. To do that, you can listen wherever you are on the iHeartRadio app.
The Alan Cox Show.